to tell everybody. We want to get the party started. What does that mean, huh? Well, I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint. Last night, we got really activated. It took me an hour after I was in my physical avatar to get out of bed. So, what do I mean by that? Okay, so the best example that I can give you is what they told me was you take an oven and you put it on 350 degrees to 450, right? And you're going to bake your banana cake. All right. You're going to bake your banana cake and it comes out of the oven. And you put it on the rack to cool. Well, the oven and the banana cake have to come down to the right temperature in order for you to touch it, the oven, or to eat it, the banana cake. So, that's like our body. We were being so activated to be able to handle this new superpower, this new assignment we're on, that is the first time that's happened in a long time. And not for that long. Usually it just takes a little bit, few minutes. This was like an hour it took from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. To be able to not be dizzy, electrified, like a hot oven. I had to cool down. So I don't know if any of you felt that today, but that's what's going on there. And then the other thing was, let's get the party started. What's going on right now is a lot of disclosure is going to be happening. A lot of things are going to be collapsing. A lot of things are going to be seeming like they're breaking, and that's for the new to come in. Okay? So we've got the old leaving, the new coming in. I watched all 4 Thors yesterday. Thor, I think the second one was called The Dark Knight. I'm not positive. The third one, Ragnarok, and the fourth one, Love and Thunder. But I watched all 4 of them in the last couple days. It was an assignment I had. And then I suggest you do the same. And then I also they told me to do the biblical tarot. And the first card out is the star. That's our destination, right? The 3 wise men going towards their star. Now, that's what we're doing. That's the exact energy that we're in, and that's why they wanted me to use the biblical tarot today and explain this stuff to you, because we're being upgraded on the spaceship, and then when we come here in our physical avatar, we're getting ready for our mission here, just like in the Marvel movies. Okay, so if you know what I'm talking about, you know. If you don't, you don't. I'm just here to tell you that if you're feeling funky or if these weird things are happening, it's all good. And the other day I was telling you about how it's like a job where 5 of you got hired, 5 of you stayed where you were, 5 of you got demoted. That's exactly what's been going on, and it's already happened. So that's why last night we could activate you correctly according to your assignment, according to your level, according to where you are. Nobody's better than anybody else, just like in the Marvel movies, right? We all work together. A Marvel movie a day will keep the Matrix thinking away. So, with that being said, it may continue. I mean, not may, it will continue. I don't know if it's going to be that intense, but, who knows. So if you're feeling dizzy, you want to sleep at a weird time, you just A to Z with the symptoms. And everybody's different. So the only thing I can tell you is to live in the solution. I took some aspirin before I went to bed. In the middle of when I was in Astro, I came back and had to take some aspirin. You just got to live in the solution. Eating different, eating at different times, sleeping at different times, whatever it takes. This should be your main priority, not the matrix, not your family. This is like the three wise men. They just said, we're going for it. Okay? Then the second card out, we have the King of Candles, which is the King of Swords, and it's about King David. 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 9. I have been with you wherever you have gone, and I have cut off your enemies from before you. Now I will make your name great, like the names of the greatest men on earth. Now, what a perfect card, right, for what I'm talking about. We are the greatest men on earth, and they are taking our enemies away from us. So isn't that awesome? Okay, so just what I was saying. Then we have the Knight of Candles, which is action. Joshua, leader of the faith. So we want you to look up King David. We want you to look up Joshua. And we want you to put this stuff into action. Okay, I'm telling it to you. I'm an astral channeler and a spirit guide because I'm trying to make you not feel like you're going crazy. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. And that looks like a Marvel man, don't it? So again, the only other thing I wanted to tell you about was that was a card of Joshua, okay? He can look very similar to a Marvel character. We're all the same, we just keep repeating. Now, some of you know, some of you, this is your first rodeo. Some of you are NPCs. Some of you are clones, okay? But if you're watching my channel religiously, right? Regularly, daily, spiritually, not just on here to put bullshit on the comments, okay? If you're a real subscriber and a real person that's an astro with me on my spaceship, right? If you're one of us, right? There's so many words for everything. If you're really one of us, right, then you've been Joshua, you've been Batman, you've been Thor, you've been Wonder Woman, you are all these things, correct? And right now, we went through a whole assignment where we were in the veil of forgetfulness, where we were in a matrix, we were in a hologram, we were in something that dumbed us down. Now we're being undumbed down. Simplest way I can put it. Our powers are coming back to us, and we will be, just like it says, the greatest men on earth. We already have been. Do you remember who you were in all your different lives? I keep telling you to check into that if you haven't. Okay, we'll just take a couple more. We've got the Seven of Candles, which is the card that came out yesterday. Did any of you guys look up? Well, maybe it wasn't yesterday. It was probably a ways back. But David and Goliath story, right? Seven of Candles is the Seven of Swords. 1 Samuel 17:45. David said to the Philistine, "You come against me with sword and spear and a javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied." So once again, okay, if you don't believe in that God, you have some kind of a creator. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what you are, as in the word, right? They're just words. If you guys are still identifying yourself with words, see, you're not on this level. You're on a lower level. You're still stuck in the matrix because we're not words. Just like in Thor, when Dad said to Thor, Asgard is not a place, it's a people. Well, I'm trying to tell you that you're not words. You are. I am that I am. Okay? That's what you are. You are. So you have been many different physical avatars. This avatar is like all of them combined being activated to finish the mission. Easiest way I can put it. So even a little guy like that can take on a giant. Okay, so that was pretty much what they wanted me to tell you, Astro and Biblical Tarot. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the shorts, which was a song by Pink, Let's Get the Party Started. It said to read your documents carefully. We may be going into a whole different system. So whatever comes down the pipe, I don't care if it's a phone contract to a marriage contract, right? We really shouldn't be signing any new contracts in the Matrix, but I can't tell you what to do because I don't know the future. They're not going to tell me the future. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm an energy reader. So right now, they're just telling you to be careful in what you're signing. Read it carefully. And then it said manifest the life that you want. Okay. If what I'm saying resonates, which it should, but like I said, not all of you on here, obviously by your comments, are not on the same level as I am. So it doesn't matter. But for those of you that are, you keep manifesting your powers and your assignments and your levels keep upgrading. We're on an Earth Angel special mission, okay? You want to manifest the life that you desire. You're on an Earth Angel mission. This has come up all week because that's what we're doing. It's like that movie Mission Impossible, right? Make a wish because it's all coming true. Now, wishes, again, that's just a word. It's another word for manifesting what you desire, okay? Now, the thing with the contracts is what they're telling me is that they're telling me that your astral contract overrides your physical contract. So don't worry too much about the matrix contracts. We're more talking astral contracts. We're cleaning up our karma. So let's say you have somebody written in your soul contract that you want to help. I'll give you an example. And this person just can't get it. This person just cannot come up to your level. You have to let them go. You have to rewrite them now, okay? I had to do that yesterday. And if you're listening, you know who you are. There's more than one of you that I've had to do it to because you just can't come up to my level and I can't be brought down. So it's nothing personal. It's just that, like we'll use the Marvel movies for an example. If somebody is trying to hurt Thor, or if somebody is getting in his way, for example, he actually killed Zeus. Zeus was his hero. Zeus was a universe god that he idolized. And when he met him, he had to kill him. And if you watch the movie, you'll see why he had to kill him. Okay, well, that was his hero. Oh, hi, honey. That was his hero. That was somebody he really liked, right? So it's not easy, but he had to do it. In order for him to save the children, in order for him to go into his mission, he needed that lightning bolt, but Zeus wouldn't give it to him. Zeus wanted to stay and have orgies. That's just saying that Zeus wanted to stay on a lower level. And Thor wouldn't have it. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about karma. I gave these people every chance I could in astro and in physical avatar. You can't do it, you can't do it. Okay? I'm on a new job, a new career, and so are you. It's just a different one. You're not side by side with me in, if I was the CEO of a company, you may be in the janitorial department versus being on the top floor in the penthouse. We're all still in the same company, it's just you're on a lower level. Doesn't make anyone better than anybody else, it's just that you're on a different level. Does the janitor help the top level? Absolutely. They're cleaning it, they're making sure that everything's running smooth. They're in the background, though, more or less, right? And they're doing everything they can to help, but they're just on a lower level. So that's what's going on. That's the energy there, okay? Then we're just going to take a few cards from my deck, Miss Mystic. I know it's upside down because I can't have the cards correct if you're going to see and talk to me. That's why some days I do it where you don't see me, and some days I do it where you do see me. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and shuffle these up. And if the comments get turned off on my videos, you can always text me, you can always email me. And all that is in the description. I do not do monetary things on YouTube, but I do have a Zelle account for the animals, and you can donate there. And I'm not going to publicly thank you, but I will try to mention something somehow to you. If you leave me your name in Zelle, I can email you back. If you can, the best way to talk to me is through texting and email. These comments and these live chats are not for me, because they're just too generic. Who wants to sit there and have a conversation with somebody that says, you know, some of the stuff they say? I just, it's too low a vibe for me. So again, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna lower myself in any way in this mission. Expect a miracle. And the World Energy, the most powerful card I can pull from the deck. Okay, so that's what I'm saying is going on. The World card is the end of the old, bringing in the new. It's the most powerful card I can pull from the deck. It's continual changes, interconnectedness, majesty, mystery, hope, guidance, fate, and divine. Just like the Star card. So we went from the Star card, everything in between, to the World card. Okay? And then we're back to the Two of Swords for the final card. Watch yesterday's reading about that decision you're going to have to make. It's a choice you're going to have to make, just like I make them every day. Take off your blindfold, people. Let's get the party started. Okay, I am Miss Mystic, and I want to thank you for listening.